Come on, Pizza. Taking Pizza for a walk at the park. This is a really nice, beautiful park here close to my house. You know, seekers, again, you know I love dogs. I absolutely love them. But I don't always love dog owners. You know what I mean? I do not like when people go to public parks like this and just let their dogs run off leash, because you know, you never know how another dog's going to react. So you don't know if they're friendly, you don't know if they like other dogs. You know, Pizza really generally doesn't want anything to do with other dogs. She doesn't really bother them. But if one's like in her face and like just messing with her, she doesn't like that. And you never know what dog's going to do that. And people just don't care. You know, there's rules. You pick up your shit. If you leave it on the ground, if your dog poops, pick it up. And if you're in a park, keep them on leash. It's pretty simple. Come on, Pizza. I respect all those rules. The only time I will let Pizza off leash is if we're in either an off-leash park or I'm somewhere that's an open space where I know there's no other people and I know there's no other dogs. And then I keep her close to me. You know, I don't just let her wander off. She doesn't like to wander off anyway. She always turns around to see where I'm at and stuff like that. So, which is good. But, you know, it's just etiquette, you know? I don't hate a lot of things, like hate. But I hate rudeness. That's one of my pet peeves, or one of the things I just can't stand, is rude people and entitled people. People that think they're just entitled to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know, I'm a rule breaker myself for sure when it comes to certain things. Obviously, with the YouTube thing or whatever, I break a lot of rules, I think. I mean, not that I go out of my way to try to. It just happens naturally with my kind of content. But when it comes to etiquette and community, I tend to try to follow the rules so that it doesn't make an experience for somebody else a bad one, right? But other people, they just don't care about other people's experiences. They don't care about other people. They just care about themselves. I feel the same way about people who, you know, when you go to campgrounds and stuff and there's not supposed to be fireworks and they're lighting them off anyway, and, you know, just being loud and obnoxious. I'm all about having fun too. Yep, see, there's big piles of dog shit that people haven't picked up. It's like, come on, pick up your dog poop at the very least. All right, that little rant's over. Thank you for obliging me and listening to my little rant. So anyway, decided to bring Pizza out for a walk, do a little vlog out here. This park is probably about 2-3 miles from my house, so I have to drive here. That's one thing I loved about Colorado. Could walk right out the back door and there were trails right there. Didn't have to drive anywhere. Makes it so much easier to walk trails. There's a trail going through the middle of their Pizza, but that's all overgrown. We'll go down this way. So today, I kind of wanted to just talk about, let's go. I don't know what that is. That looks like some kind of other animal poop, like bear. I don't know. I don't think there's bear out here. That's what it looked like though. Bear scat. This news cycle, this past couple weeks, in my opinion, has been the craziest of my lifetime. You know, we always say this is the most important election, or this is the most important or this is unprecedented. But what we're facing right now is a complete destruction of our democracy. Complete destruction of it. Like, people, I guess we have to go that way, Pizza. People just don't care anymore. And we're watching it. We're watching it in real time fall apart right in front of our eyes. With the attempted assassination of Trump, which I saw somebody on Twitter, X, saying, try searching Google for assassination attempt on and put in TRU, and it doesn't even bring up Trump. It doesn't bring that up. It says nothing. You actually have to type in the full thing yourself and then hit enter. Even when you type it all in, it doesn't complete it underneath like it does with everything else. It's really weird. And if you don't think that that's election interference, I'll tell you right now, it is. That is 100% election interference. Our election, again, is going to be stolen from us. I'm thinking. You know, you've got the whole coup that's going on right now in the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris, you know, that is a coup. Whether you want to admit it or not, that's exactly what it is. She was not put there by the vote. You know, they're saying she contacted and got all the delegates or whatever. Yeah, I want to see the records of those phone calls. I want to hear them. I want to see the proof that that is true. And they're doing a virtual event in August before the actual DNC event to basically anoint her. And regardless of what you feel about that party, you know, there are a bunch of Democrats that are pissed off about that. I mean, even Black Lives Matter is posting about that and how undemocratic it is. Black Lives Matter. Like, when have we ever heard them say anything good? But they're actually right on this one. And I saw several conservatives, several conservatives even posting, wow, I never thought in a million years I would be agreeing with Black Lives Matter. But I'm agreeing too. It's crazy. And they're the party of democracy. Yet they're the party that have tried to get third parties off the ballot. Now I'm saying that knowing that get out of there. Knowing in 2012, the Romney campaign did the same thing to Ron Paul. They had lawyers trying to keep him out of things and everything. So it's both sides. It's just right now, this is unprecedented. I just said that, but it is. This hasn't happened ever in the history of our elections. And so they're blatantly doing it again, yet they're the party that screams democracy. Like, we have to save democracy. Well, truth be told, we need to save it from them. I understand, as long as voting machines and paper ballots are in place, we're never going to have a real election, ever. We have to get rid of those things. They make it not legit. Make it so it can easily be stolen. And so we have to secure that. But the thing that I wanted to talk about today is, with all that's going on in the world, everything that's going on in the world, and let's forget the world, because we can't solve all the world's problems. I mean, I don't care what we do. We're not going to do it. Come on, get out of that. Get out of that scat, little girl. But let's talk about the United States and our problems. Get out of there. How in the hell do you decide which problem to focus on? Because there's so many. You know, while the government's keeping us divided over single issues like abortion, gun rights, and all this other stuff, gender and ideology, yada yada, they keep us fighting over that stuff, while they continue to absorb more and more and more power. And it's like, what do we do first? What do we focus on? And honestly, after this election, and I know that we need to focus on it sooner, but I think that we need to see this through and see if we can, if that Secure Act with the voter IDs actually passes. That would be one good measure to fix things. That would be one step in the right direction. If they actually enforce it, which enforcing it, of course, will be racist. We know that. We already know they're going to pull that one out. But, you know, everybody's like talking about Trump, but the fact that he chose J.D. Vance, the fact that he's talking about basically ditching the Fourth Amendment and bringing a nationwide stop and frisk, some of the stuff he's saying about you know, other things like his Agenda 47, it's very ideological in a lot of cases, really focuses on Christians. And like I said, he's in bed with Israel, so none of that's going to change if you're kind of against what's going on in Palestine, whether you are or aren't. That's not going to change. J.D. Vance and him both agree on Israel. I don't necessarily know where Trump falls on sending them money, but I would assume they have his full support, because I think he probably gets a lot of money from that APEC or whatever. Like, who knows? You got to follow the money. They're making following the money harder and harder, but that's what you got to do. And how do we do all that? How do we do all of that? It's like we've got 1,000 things coming at us at warp speed, and we have to, in real time, try to decide which one to stop from hitting us in the face first. Pizza, let's go this way. Pizza, this way, come on. Let's go this way. Like, which one do we stop first? Each one's gonna hurt us, and hurt us pretty bad. Come on, this way. Go forward. Go, come on. But which one do we focus on first? I don't know. I don't even know. Like, which would be the most effective? What's the most effective thing that we could do to push change right now? And I honestly do not know. And like I was saying, like, after this election, after we get through this, I think getting out of the two-party system for the next election is going to be a big one. You know, like I said, I know a lot of people are focused right now on getting Trump in office. And I do hope he gets in over Kamala for sure. But, you know, I think maybe economically things will change, but I don't think things are going to change in a better way on some things, you know. But regardless, if we can get the economy back in order, that's going to help a lot of people. So I'm all for that. I'm all for, you know, gas prices going down and all the things that are affecting us in our day-to-day. If we can do that, okay, that's cool. And then after the election, then come on, get out of there. I don't know if that's a snake or something. We focus on getting out of these parties and finding a third party to support, or a third party candidate, or whatever. Finding somebody that actually represents us and supporting them somehow. That's what we need to do. But currently, what do we do? And you know, I just keep thinking, like, I don't know what to do. And I would really like to know, come on, what do you think? What do you think the plan should be, the immediate plan? Like, what can we do right now with everything that's going on? What would be the most beneficial to us at this point? Now, my personal thought would be to try and fix the media, to try to get the media to start reporting the truth again. How do you do that? I don't know. You'd have to get rid of the incentive with the ad dollars. You know, we'd have to completely boycott all mainstream media. And I'm sure there's a lot of people willing to do that. You want to go this way? Come on. Let's go. We'd have to completely boycott the mainstream media. Completely. Stop watching all of them. But then, oh, there's a snake. God. That's just a ribbon, or a ribbon snake, gardener snake or whatever. It's not going to hurt us, but it was still pretty big. Yeah, we're not going down there. Come on, baby. Let's go this way. You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Don't go down there. That doesn't look very good. Stay up here. Come on, stay up here. All right, you just went over your leash. All right, let's go. That is one thing I like about being a man. You can kind of stop and pee wherever and not really cause a ruckus. Anyway, because if our media was informing us about these people and this power grab, we could do something about it. We could take action. Let's go this way. But again, it comes down to, how in the hell do we do it? How in the hell do we do it? How do we do any of this? It's going to take mass numbers. It's going to take lots and lots and lots of people being on the same page. And I honestly think until the media is fixed and we can stop the propaganda, we're never going to unite people. Because right now, both sides don't realize that we have a common enemy. We have a common enemy. We really do. The left just doesn't know it yet because they don't see them as the enemy, because they buy into their rhetoric. They buy into the bullshit that they're fed. And so do Republicans, to be fair. You know, and please, no offense at what I'm about to say, but there's a lot of people buying into Trump's rhetoric as well. And Trump has proven to be a habitual liar. But to be fair, they are all liars. Every single one of them. I don't care who it is. Aside from probably Justin Amash, Thomas Massey, and a handful of others that I don't really know the names of. I probably should. But if the media would actually do their job on both sides, if MSNBC, Fox, CNN, all of them started telling real news, and news was news, and it wasn't opinion or wasn't propaganda, we'd be getting the same information. We can't go that way, there's water. Come on, we gotta go back this way. We'd be getting the same information, the same stories, and we would all be informed on the same issues. We'd have the same information. There'd be no bias. There'd be no politics. It would be genuine, real information. And then we would realize, both sides would realize, we have a common enemy. But unless we have a way to take the money away from mainstream media and make them get back to informing the people rather than spreading propaganda because it's what makes them money, how do we unite? How do both sides unite? I don't see how it can happen. Both sides hate each other. Hate. And they don't want to listen to each other. Nobody wants to listen to each other. Nobody wants to have conversations. They just want to argue and say they're right, I'm right, you're wrong. The other side says the same thing. And the thing is, with the information we have, we're generally almost all wrong. Because, we're out here, us, the seekers, we're out here in the rabbit holes. And we see the impending dangers. This way. We see the impending dangers. We're trying to warn people. They're saying we're crazy. And then, the other side thinks they're right. They're trying to warn people that, if you don't affirm people's gender, they're going to X themselves, which is not correct. But that's what they honestly believe. I think some of them honestly believe it. I think there are some that don't for sure, but I think some actually believe it. So it becomes virtuous to them to do that, just like we want to protect kids. They think they're protecting kids. We all think we're protecting kids. So, again, unless there's somebody that's trusted on both sides to unite us against a common enemy, we will never unite. We will never again be the United States of America. And to be fair, it's not been often in our history that we have been. I mean, I would say the most united we've been was probably, just after I wouldn't say after the Civil War, because I guess that wasn't true, but like after the United States was formed in 1776 and all that, I'd say that was pretty much the case. I think people were pretty united after the JFK assassination. That brought a bunch of people together. And I would say 9/11 brought a bunch of people together. People were kind of united against a common enemy, which was not the right enemy, but, united against it nonetheless. It's just misdirected. So things like that can unite us. But if the media was educating both sides with good information, then we could realize we got the same enemy, the left and the right. We have the exact same enemy. And we're losing our democracy. Nobody's holding these people accountable. Nobody's going to hold the Democratic Party accountable that they just overthrew the election. They formed a coup and put Kamala in power. And no one likes her. And now there's all these fake posts on all over the internet just saying, oh, she's got massive support. No, she does not. I've seen people defend her to an extent on X, but like if you go to X now and look at what people are saying about her on the left, you can tell it is a massive campaign. Is that a dog? What is that? Or a rock? I think that's a rock. There's a massive campaign to make her more popular and make her quote unquote cool Kamala. She will never be cool. That woman does not have a cool bone in her body. So I just sometimes get at a loss because there's so many things that need to be done. And it's like finding one thing to focus on. Just one thing to focus on that can have the most effect in the shortest amount of time. Because we don't have a lot of time, you guys. We just do not have a lot of time. And hey, pizza, we've walked a mile. We've walked a mile already. Don't drink any of this water. Hey, don't drink that. I know you're thirsty, but you can't drink it. Look at this, guys. This is a dried up creek bed. There's usually water in here. The past few times I've come, there's been a lot of water in here, but it's dry right now. What you think, pizza? Hey, what do you think? Huh? What you thinking, girl? So again, I'm going to throw it back to you guys. If you had to pick one thing to do right now that would have the most effect, what would you do? And if you want to have a deeper dive conversation about it, uncensored, because we know YouTube's censoring us, head over to the Telegram channel. The link is right down here. Head over there, join the group, and tell me your ideas there. I want to know. I want to know what you would do. How would you solve this? Because like I said, we need to solve it. It has to be solved. Because we are losing our freedoms. We're losing our country. And once it's gone, it's going to be hell getting it back. It's going to be hell. I mean, it's already going to be hell. Because any of us who try to do anything to fix it, we're going to be scrutinized. We're going to be called names. We could possibly have our bank accounts shut down. We could possibly have, I mean, look what they did to the Canadian truckers for standing up against mandates. You know? And you know, I saw people defending Trump in my last video where I was talking about how he wants to implement a nationwide stop and frisk. And they're like, well, he's going to fix crime. I would be all for it. It worked in New York. You don't understand what you're saying. You're saying, I trust Trump enough to give up my rights, my Fourth Amendment right, and that is a dangerous thing to do. You can't do that, because once you give them up, you're not going to get them back. And like I said, you may love Trump, you may absolutely trust Trump, you don't think he's going to do anything to steal your rights. Once it's over, he'll put it back in place and it'll all be good. Once we fix crime and everything's all hunky-dory, sunshine and rainbows. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on, pizza. How's it? Come on, girl. Good girl. And That's just not the case. You know, it's what you have to think about. Sorry, I got interrupted because somebody walked up behind us. What you have to think about is not Trump with that power. You got to think about the next guy. You got to think about the next person. Come on, pizza, come on, let's go. You got to think about the next person that's going to take the reins after that. And like I said in my last video, imagine if it was Joe Biden saying the exact same thing and it was to fix crime. Would you be saying, oh yeah, that's okay. As long as it's to fix the crime, I'll accept it. Would you accept it if it was Joe Biden? Or would you fight it? You would fight it. But you're not going to fight it when it's Trump? That is cult of personality. That is worshiping the man and thinking that he can basically do no wrong, because you have to, in your mind, justify wanting him in office so bad. And I get it. But we cannot put our faith in one person to fix this, because that's not going to happen. One person is not going to fix this. Because if one person gets close to fixing it, well, they won't miss next time, if you know what I'm saying. So, come on, girl. Wow, you didn't even eat those Cheetos? I'm surprised. There's a bunch of Cheetos that were spilled on the ground, or goldfish, and she didn't even eat one. Anyway, not one person is going to do this. It has to be us. We have been hoodwinked time and time again. And doing the same thing, expecting different results, is the literal definition of insanity. We have become insane because we keep putting our faith in one person, and it's not going to happen. And like I said, Trump brought in a swamp creature, in my opinion, with J.D. Vance. Now, I have a friend who is a Marine sergeant. I trust him, and he thinks J.D. is a fairly good choice. And so I'm trusting his judgment. But from what I've seen, I just don't know yet. Just the simple fact that these guys are both in bed with Israel irritates me. We just can't seem to get away from that. Doesn't matter what we get. Democrat, Republican, like I said, they've got, let's talk like Kamala Harris. They've got a Venn diagram. They're all on the same page about certain things, and they fight about others to keep us divided. That's all it is. While we can continue to send bombs and money to Israel, a country that is bombing and killing. I've seen numbers as high as 80,000 people. It's disgusting. You can't be anti-war and pro-Israel. I'm sorry, you can't. That's hypocrisy. You're a hypocrite if you are. If you're pro what they're doing and you justify it by saying, well, Hamas attacked. Yeah, let's say Hamas did attack and killed 1,200 people. Do you kill 80,000 in response? That's like if a serial killer went haywire and just started killing people in an apartment complex, and then the police department comes in and they blow up the whole apartment complex with all the innocent people inside to get one serial killer. That's not how you do it. And that's how people justify what's going on over there, saying, well, they were hiding in hospitals and blah, blah, blah. No, there's no proof of that whatsoever. Listen to the Gray Zone. They've covered this ad nauseum. Dan Cohen, listen to them. Listen to those guys. They actually know what the hell's going on. They have, dedicated their channels and their lives to this kind of thing. Come over here, Pizza. Pizza, come over here. Come on. So, you guys, you really just need to... Shh, it's okay. Howdy. Good, how are you? Come on, Pizza. So it's like, it leaves me in a place where it's like, I want to focus my content on a solution. But we got to figure out what that is first. What is the solution? What is the short term and what is the long term? The long term is a bit easier to flesh out. It's the short term that's the problem, because we need to do something right now. But what? So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully they don't get deleted, or come join the Telegram and let's talk about it there, uncensored. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you in these conversation seekers. You guys are amazing. And it's been nice visiting and talking with you on Telegram. I really appreciate that. If you guys would like to become a member and support this channel for as low as 99 cents a month, I would really appreciate it. It helps me to keep making these videos, and also gets you access to exclusive content. So I post at least a video a week, generally more. And I post some pictures and stuff, behind the scenes stuff, just fun stuff. So sign up for that. I appreciate it. And you also get your name in the credits, which are going to roll right after we're done. And also, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you think you're subscribed, check again, because YouTube is unsubscribing you en masse. I keep gaining 100 and losing 100, gaining 100, losing 150, gaining 50, losing 150. It's this, like, it's all over the place. So YouTube is on a mission to silence truth seekers, and we just have to keep not letting them do it. All right, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's roll the credits. Pizza.